So we ordered the perfect sunny day, but we didn't order the weather. And, it's like 100 degrees here. So I've got my mask back on, but I'm sorry if I'm cracking a bead. And I'm about to put Daniel Verardo from CASA for Kids into the hot seat now that we had just had Brian and Adam in sweating away. And he's wearing a jacket. Look how nice he looks. So here we are. Here's Daniel. Daniel gets some bleach first.
Oh, excellent. Could always use a little extra bleach, right? Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you for having me today. It's great to be with you guys. And so, CASA for Kids. So, CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate, and we are also guardian ad litems in our community. And what we do is recruit, train, and support volunteers from our community to advocate for abused and neglected children in foster care. So that's our primary purpose here. We run 2 trainings a year. We monitor cases that we can assign to advocates. We provide support to advocates to manage their cases, write court reports to the judge, and basically everything in between. We're basically there to assist. So yeah.
Great. Okay. So I think we're all in Whitefish Community Foundation. We're pretty familiar with the CASA for Kids programs. We've been working with them for a lot of years, and they have worked through our community grant program and the Great Fish Community Challenge, and also through our Kids Fund, Giving Voice to Children, which is its own standalone grant program specifically designed to have an impact on child homelessness in the Flathead Valley. And I think Daniel has started a pretty unique program. Jamie and Daniel and the team at CASA for Kids, and I'm going to get Daniel to just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we were able to start up a new program called Focus, and it's a teen transition support program. And we actually have the program manager, a former foster youth. Her name is Cheyenne Clark, who has broken the cycle in her life and for her family. And now she gets to help other kids who are in foster care break those cycles and be successful on the other side of foster care. And yeah, they've had a few meetings thus far and are building the program from the ground up. And yeah, it's really exciting to watch.
So we love to see that new programs being developed, innovative programs by nonprofits. Of course, we see that every day because our nonprofit community is amazing. I guess the other thing I would like to ask is because of the pandemic. I can't remember. I thought maybe you had an event that was canceled. I know that funding has definitely been an issue for CASA at a time when the demand for your services is skyrocketing, and maybe there's even some challenges finding out who really needs your help, given that the justice system and everything is working differently than it has in the past.
Yeah, COVID-19 has impacted CASA in a couple ways. We have had to cancel most of our fundraisers this year just because we can't gather. We are planning on going forward with one event, which is our golf scramble here in August. But all of our plans for the Great Fish actually changed itself. And we're shifting to more online social media campaigning, trying to keep connection with our community that way and ask for support. We also we have seen things change in the judicial system a little bit, but as CASA advocates, we are essential workers, so we've been able to function and maintain that service to foster kids basically unhindered during this time, which has been huge. And we've leveraged technology like Zoom and Slack and things like that, just like everybody else has, just to be safe and keep doing what we're doing. So we're actually hosting an online event tonight at 7 p.m. on Facebook and on our website. It's a watch party. So instead of an in-person event, this is going to be an online event where we have a feature story showcasing a young teen foster child as they journey through foster care. So yeah, come out and join us for that event and support CASA.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today, Daniel. Good luck to everyone at CASA for Kids and throughout the campaign. And we're hoping that we're going to have a really successful campaign. It looks like it, judging by what we've seen coming in today.
Oh, yeah.
So great. Thank you. Thanks very much. So here we are at our Great Fish Community Challenge launch party, and we are behind in our incentive grant drawings. And so that means we need to draw some more. And the reason we're behind, as I mentioned before, is because we all like to talk and we like to visit with our local nonprofits. We're caught up. Yay. Okay, so Daria and Linda have come back and we need to draw some more incentive grants. And look at our fishbowl. Like, these are the gifts that have come in just today, and we've already removed, quite a few of them. So that's amazing. So thank you for giving in person. Thank you for giving online. Betsy Bain is here. She's one of our board members. Long time involvement with the Whitefish Community Foundation. Welcome, Betsy. Have a seat.
All right.
I mean, see the microphone.
And, the table won't be in the shade of the.
But Betsy also needs bleach. So she gets the mic.
Okay.
Okay. How much is this one, Darren?
Right over there. But I'm worried that's also might be too far away from the Wi-Fi. Oh, I'm sorry. This is up to 50. This Stuart and Helen White for the Bob Marshall.
$50.
$50. Another one?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Wow, this is full.
You have to hold this right by your mouth, or you.
Okay.
This one's from-
Anita Malone for the Humane Society. $50. Okay.
So the next one's potentially up to 50.
Okay. I want this one right
Yeah.
here. All right.
Yep.
John and Kathy Hartley for Glacier Symphony.
$50.
$50.
Yay. Next one's 25. Okay. 25.
Oh, this is fun giving away
Isn't it?
money.
It's so fun.
All right. Nathan Pulsiter.
Pulsiter, I think. Mhm.
And,
Pulsifer, sorry.
and
Flathead Area Mountain Bikers.
thank you.
$50.
$50.
No, that one was 25.
Whoops,
I'm
sorry.
sorry. That's our fault. We can't
25.
The next one's up to 100.
really- Okay. So. Yes. Mm-hmm. Jen,
Jen Ashbrook for Whitefish Theater Company.
$100. $100, Jen. Good job for WTC.
Sorry.
Next one's 25.
Oh, we're going
Oh,
crazy.
maybe that's,
Is that good for now?
yeah, that's probably good for now.
Okay.
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 A few more for a little while later.
All right. So I'll give you guys
I guess
those.
more for later.
More for later. Okay. Sorry, everybody. We're still bleaching. Oh my gosh, look who came by to see us. So we are here at the Whitefish Community Foundation,
Say a few words.
and we're
Able to join us early.
lucky enough to have Catherine Gunnarsson pop by from the Center for Restorative Youth Justice. She's just here, just in the door now.
You're gonna walk with us.
Apparently we're moving as well because we want to go to the shade. So welcome everybody today to our virtual launch party. We really enjoyed sitting down with everyone and hearing about their organizations, the great programs they have, and also about how COVID-19 has really affected everything that they're doing, and especially their fundraising. So we've had the whole realm. We've had organizations with animals, health and human services, the arts and culture, education. I don't know if civic. I mean, they're just the whole gamut of organizations really support our community and make it the best place that it can possibly be. We're so proud to work with them all through the Great Fish Community Challenge. It's become our biggest fundraiser of the year. Of course, we're really proud of the fact that we've raised $9 million for 63 organizations since 2015. We have grown this campaign every single year, and this year will be a little bit different for us, and we're looking forward to seeing what it's going to be like. We had a very successful day of giving and unity in May that we weren't expecting to be nearly successful, and it's just amazing to us how when our community needs to step out to support organizations, how they really do that. So having said that, I'm going to give Catherine the mic, and she's going to tell us more about what's going on at CRYJ.
Thank you. Speaking of support, I just stopped by. I wasn't able to be here earlier, and Andrea did a great job, but I just wanted to put some donations in for incentives. So thank you for saying hi. Yeah, the Day of Unity was amazing, by the way. What an outpouring from the community.
It was.
Yeah, that was an incredible time. Well, I mean, I think we've already covered it, but it really has been interesting to just try to be as nimble and adaptive as possible this last few months. I really want to say how impressed and proud I am of our staff team and board and volunteers for really jumping in as soon as things got crazy in March. Um, Making a point to just say, okay, what do we need to do? And it really just took, I mean, I want to say it was like a week of turnaround before Andrea and Ben and Mara and members of the board were like, how do we go online?
Right.
Like, what do we do? So we didn't have any in person. We didn't want to be in person at all, with youth together once schools closed, but we moved everything to a virtual format so we could still do community impact circles and we could still do intakes with families and we could still do workshops. Oh,
Apparently, you need to
Hi.
hold the mic right close.
thank you. And I was just really impressed with how they figured that out. And then in the summer, we've been able to spend time in the garden, which gives another opportunity to actually be together because we can spread out a little bit and have small groups. And that's been really exciting because I just think it's such a tangible thing for kids to do alongside each other. And alongside some volunteers and staff. And that's still a time when you can talk and connect with them and hear what they're going through and connect them to other things that they might need to feel supported right now. And I think there has been a lot of loneliness and isolation.
Yes.
And so anyway, just a shout out to everyone really, but the teams of people who make a point to have that continuity for families and youth and animals and art, everyone that needs it. Yeah.
And all of it.
Yeah.
Well, we're super pleased to have Catherine drop by. This is a
Really hot.
it is very hot. The microphone itself is hot. It's been sitting in the sun, and our computer is also very hot, but it hasn't actually died on us, which is what we were worried about in the sun. So we have moved yet again into a shady spot, and hopefully this one will remain shady for the rest of the day. It's actually a spot that the deer lie in all afternoon. So I'm sure that they're not very happy with us right now, but it's just for one day, right? So thank you so much, Catherine, for dropping by to see us. We have another guest coming up. You're welcome. You're very welcome. So once again, here we are, our Great Fish Community Challenge virtual launch. We're really happy to have the opportunity to sit down with our local nonprofits. I think we have most of the participating nonprofits have joined us today. And I have a gentleman here who I don't believe I've met before. Or maybe I have, but can I ask your name?
Yep, I'm Brandon Roll.
Oh, of course I've met Brandon, and I've even sat down with him when he didn't even have a mask on. So once again, I don't have an excuse. So Brandon is from Wings Regional Cancer Support, and they're a first-year participant in the Great Fish Community Challenge. So we welcome them. They've been really active in the Flathead Valley, doing great work for a long time. And I'm going to let Brandon tell you a little bit about that work. This has to be held right by your chin.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem. All right. So my name is Brandon Rohr. I am a director for Wings Regional Cancer Support. A little bit about Wings. We are a local nonprofit organization that was started in the Flathead Valley in 1995. Our sole focus is in supporting local cancer patients with out-of-pocket expenses associated with traveling for treatment. So we cover expenses like plane tickets, train tickets, reimbursed for mileage. We cover meals and then temporary housing. Any of those unexpected expenses that come up when someone's receiving treatment that can put a serious financial strain on a lot of families. So that is our purpose. We have a defined service area. It's Flathead, Lincoln, and Lake counties. So it's just this northwest corner of the state. We have been operating continuously now since 1995, so 25 years here in the Valley. We are completely publicly supported, so we can only give away what we raise. And the need for our assistance has been increasing every year, and so we've had to start looking for new ways to raise money. Last year we did take advantage of one of the Whitefish Community Foundation's grant programs. And then this is our first year participating in the Great Fish Challenge. And we are really excited about opportunity. And, we appreciate everyone out there for your attention and support today.
So thank you for that. So I guess another question I have, I know that you have always been very effective fundraisers, but and you usually have a telethon that you do in the spring. And I'm just wondering, how has COVID-19 affected your ability to fundraise, given that the demand for your services is probably steadily increasing?
So luckily for us, our radiothon actually it goes on every year in January. So we were actually able to conduct a radiothon as normal. That's only one of our main fundraisers, though. We also have a Wings Week that we have. We have some very active volunteers over in Lincoln County, actually, who run several fundraisers over there that were all canceled this year as a result of the pandemic. We are kind of looking for alternatives, but at this point, like a lot of other organizations, we're kind of scrambling. We're not sure, fundraising is going to look like here, in the coming months. And so we have definitely lost a very significant source of our normal annual income,
which we hope you can make up during the Great Fish Community Challenge, right? So yes, as I mentioned before, Wings is a first-time participant for us, and we are really hoping to see a successful campaign. I think one of the questions I get in programs and outreach sometimes is about the difference between Wings and Flathead Cancer Aid Services. And Wings provides support for travel expenses associated with cancer treatment. Flathead Cancer Aid Services provides expenses of daily living. And really, I imagine that a lot of your the people that you serve probably need help from both organizations.
Yeah, I mean,
wait, you got to hold the mic right here.
Yes, that was an excellent description of the differences between the two. There is some crossover, but for the most part, we offer, separate services that are both, very helpful to people battling cancer. Yeah.
Do you feel like we covered it, or do you have anything else you'd like to add? No? You're okay? Well, welcome again, and thanks for dropping by today. Make sure you pick up your brochures and everything on your way out. And I'm not sure if your t-shirts are there, but those will be up there. If you didn't, okay, perfect. Well, thanks for coming by, Brandon.
Thank you.
Very nice to see you again. Sorry I didn't recognize you. Apparently I'm having problems with this today. So I'm going to blame the heat. So welcome everyone to our Great Fish Community Challenge virtual launch event. Believe it or not, we have caught up, which makes me really happy because apparently we've been struggling with that. And I know our nonprofits are very hardworking, and we've held some of them up here today for a little while when we weren't able to accommodate the schedule that we set for them. So we really appreciate them taking the time out to speak with us on YouTube Live today to help everyone be more aware of the great work that they're doing in the Valley and the impact that this pandemic has had on us. I know that we still have more incentive grants to draw coming up. In fact, here come the lovely Linda and Daria to help me draw them now. And we are seeing donations coming in. And we love that because in a situation where we weren't quite sure what today would look like, it turns out that today is looking just fine. So this is a great first day. So Linda's going to do the drawing. Do you want to talk?
I'll draw.
Okay.
No, you hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's 25.
Okay.
Let's see who goes first.
So we have Jim and Kathy Hartlieb.
John and Kathy.
John and Kathy Hartlieb. I'm sorry. North Valley Food Bank. $25. $25 incentive grant. We've got more. Laura just ran out a whole bunch more that we can throw in the fishbowl. This one's 50. Okay. And it is, wow, here we go. John and Kathy Hartlieb again. CASA for Kids.
Wow.
$50.
Excellent.
So that is great. We're moving right along.
Something to keep in mind. So yes, a lot of people have won twice. Some have won 3 times. But the key is they're all giving to different organizations. And so all these different organizations are getting this money. This is what's so fantastic about it. All right, Lynette's turn.
Okay.
Let's see who gets it. Okay, Melanie and Carrie Drown, Stumptown Art Studio, $25. They get the $25 match on that.
Okay. Oh, here we go again. Casey's our winner. She gets the most drawn today.
Okay, and this one is Friends of the Flathead Avalanche Center, $25. Another match for you.
From?
Casey Howard. Oh, I'm sorry. You said Casey Howard.
They can't hear me.
Casey Howard.
That's Casey's 5th one today.
Fourth.
Fourth?
I think. Casey, you're just a lucky person.
She is. She got another grant today too. Pam Nelson.
Pam Nelson, Glacier Institute, $25. All right. We can see how many. I think we can keep drawing.
We'll have to tell him that
I have more money.
Anthony's
left,
gonna have to give his
so-
mom
Yeah.
a big hug for that one.
We're going to award lots of little 25ers.
25 right now.
Okay, we have Walter Kuhn with the Bob Marshall. Another $25 on your gift. That way lots of people will win.
That's right.
We're going to just keep drawing until we run out of money. All right. Is that Cindy Asbrook, Whitefish Theater Company? Another $25?
Are we done for now, or we got like 208?
I think we'll wait. We've got a few more dollars to give, and that lets Daria catch up. So let's hold off, and we have what, 3 more?
Do you want to continue talking for what? Okay, so we still have some incentive grants to draw, and we still have some nonprofits dropping by, but we do have a little lull at the moment. So we just had Brandon. So we do have Carly Rickard come in still from Montana Children's Hospital, and also Jill Sigmund from Flathead Valley Community College Foundation, and Gloria is going to drop by, Gloria Nelson from Project Whitefish Kids. And other than that, we'll see who else lands in our parking lot. We did have a few nonprofits that did not sign up for a time slot, but you never know, maybe they may come in. So I'm going to pass the mic back to Linda, and she can have a conversation with you.
Thanks, Lynette. Okay, so we've in the newspaper today, you should have found this. If you have the Daily Interlake coming in your mailbox, yesterday it was in the Whitefish Pilot. So the use of funds brochure, it tells you what all the nonprofits are raising money for. And that's kind of critical for the awareness of what these charities do. So please take a look at the use of funds brochure. If you did not get one, we have some here at the office, and you can also download it online and just read it on the website. It'll tell you all about it. If you go to donate online, you can read right there on the donation portal what each one is raising their money for. So that will help educate you as to why they're needing money, how they're using your money. It's very important to us when we go through this whole process of the grants program to review what they're going to do with the money, and their primary, and some of them have secondary uses of funds. And so that's part of their application process. And it is a pretty lengthy application process. And Lynette actually goes through all of that with the nonprofits. It's very detailed. And then our grants committee reviews it after that. But I wanted to also mention Glacier National Park Conservancy. Doug Mitchell stopped by. We were a little bit backed up on that. So I wanted to just read what the Glacier Conservancy is using their money for, just to make sure everyone knows and has heard from everyone that we can hear from. So the fund between the Center for Sustainability and Entrepreneurship and the Glacier Park's Native Plant Nursery, including an internship for Whitefish Public Schools and the park staff to support and share native plant knowledge. And they also have a secondary use of funds, which is to support 6 programs focused on providing education and research internship opportunities in Glacier National Park to 17 students and recent graduates, effectively working to cultivate the next generation of park stewards. And you know, in the midst of COVID right now, you see how important the Glacier National Park is to everyone. I mean, no matter what, people are coming from far and wide. They still want to be in that park. The park is trying, however they can to manage the people. They're going through a lot of discussion right now with the Sun Road and how it is managed, and to effectively try and be conservation minded of our glacier and the environment, but yet trying to accommodate the visitors. It's a tough battle. But there, our park is there for us. It gets us outdoors, so you're not always online and watching, us on YouTube.
So the other thing I just wanted to mention again, because I haven't mentioned it since this morning, is that we were disappointed that we couldn't have all our great events that we usually have, including this launch party, which would have been very festive. But I think it has been enjoyable for everybody as it has been. But we are going to be hosting pop-up donation stations throughout the valley every Thursday during the campaign. You can find the complete list of the times and locations at whitefishcommunityfoundation.org. Go to the Great Fish page and you'll see them right there under incentive grants. And the reason they're under grants is that we are offering a $500 incentive grant to every donor that comes out and donates at a pop-up donation station. So if you come and donate $25 or more to an organization, to any organization or any number of organizations, you can choose your favorite charity, your one favorite charity, and we will enter you in the fishbowl to draw a $500 incentive grant. And we'll be drawing one at the conclusion of every one of those donation stations throughout the campaign. And once you're entered once, your name stays in the fishbowl until the end of the campaign, unless you win. So the come out, the more likely you are to win. And we will have our first pop-up donation station next week downtown here in Whitefish in front of Underscore Art and Jewelry, one of our business sponsors for the Great Fish Community Challenge. And for those of you that don't know where it is, it's right beside Montana Coffee Traders downtown. And the corner would be Central and First. Right. So come down and visit us there. If you have any questions about the Great Fish Community Challenge, if you've considered giving in the past but weren't really sure how it worked, we're happy to answer any of those questions. And the next week, that is August 6th on Thursday from 10 to 3, we will be in front of Underscore Art and Jewelry. And the week following that, we will be in Columbia Falls at Glacier Bank right there on Nucleus. And we'll be there during market hours. So we're planning to do that more or less from noon until 6 in Columbia Falls on the 13th. And from then on, I'm going to have you go and look them up because I'm not going to be able to remember them and deliver all the details. But I will definitely be there, I think, for most of them, if not all of them. And I'd love it if you came by and gave a gift to the Great Fish Community Challenge.
We'll definitely keep you posted also on those donation booths and where they will pop up. And we'll be putting that into the Whitefish pilot along with our countdown that's coming up all the time. We'll keep it in the daily Interlake. We'll keep you posted so that you have a chance to get down there and enter. We'll remind you because we know everyone is still busy. Even in this COVID era, you are busy, and we're here to remind you to give. That's why this campaign is 7 weeks long, because we know you can't just break down at the last minute right today and run down here and give. We thank you for those of you that have been able to do that, but we do expect you to be able to review the donations, who you would like to give to, write one check, put it in the donation form, and send it in. It's a great way to give it all in one. And we will send you that donation receipt. So you have one receipt to keep track of. That's critical, as far as being able to make sure that you can track what you've done. I also want to point out that for those of you that if you don't itemize this year, you do get $300 above the line deduction this year. So if you haven't already used that up, it'd be great for you to use that up. And then for those of you that do itemize this year, because of the CARES Act, 100% of your gifts to charity, to 501c3s, is tax deductible against your adjusted gross income. So there's a good reason to give. You can give and get all of it as a deduction. You're never going to see that again. So let's give. Let's help these charities continue to exist. Like Lynette said, she was talking about our sponsors with Underscore Art. And we have a whole list of sponsors, and BNSF Railway Foundation is our title sponsor for the event. They have been fantastic supporters every single year that we have done this campaign, and we really appreciate it. And along with them, our other sponsors, Parkside Credit Union, the Iron Horse Foundation, First Interstate Bank, Glacier Bank, Big Sky IV Care. We have JCCS, again, Underscore Art and Jewelry, and our new sponsor this year is Glacier Payment Systems. Thank you all very much for what you do. And, you've been helping us put this on. This campaign costs us well over $250,000 every year to put on. We do that so that we can make sure that 100% of your gifts when they come in go to the charities that you've selected. So we cover all of the marketing, all of the advertising. We print out these donation forms. We put them in the newspapers. We do all the gift administration. We organize events like this, all so that our charities can then raise some money and focus on the programs. It's not easy to be focusing on all of your programs and trying to raise money all the time, especially this year with all of the campaigns that they've had to cancel and the events.
So we have been talking about Great Fish Community Challenge all day. Gears just for one moment and talk about community grants, because this morning the very first call we got in the office was from an organization wondering how they could get into the Great Fish Community Challenge. So I think there are a lot of smaller organizations or organizations that have not participated in the Great Fish Community Challenge before that are considering applying. And the main way, or the best way to get to that stage of submitting an application to the Great Fish Community Challenge is to apply for our Community Grants Program. Our Community Grants Program is a smaller granting program than the Great Fish Community Challenge. It's offered in a twice yearly grant cycle. So we had a spring cycle, and we will have a fall cycle for community grants as well. And every organization that does not participate in the Great Fish Community Challenge is eligible to apply once annually for a community grant of up to $4,000. It's a great grant program. It gives our grants committee the best opportunity to get to know you. And that is why applying to our community grants program, participating in that program is actually a prerequisite for accepted into the Great Fish Community Challenge. So we do look at every organization, every application that comes into the Great Fish Community Challenge very carefully. And the Community Grants Program gives you the advantage of having us already have seen your financials, of getting to know your programs, of having a contact within the organization that we can ask questions of. And that is the reason why the Community Grants Program is a great place for you to start. We've had new organizations this year who have applied, brand new organizations that weren't ready even for our community grants program, and they applied for a micro grant. The community grants program, we still require some financial reporting submitted with your application. The micro grant program is available for organizations that are established, that are doing small projects, or younger organizations that are really, have already made some really great strides forward, but just aren't quite there, and that they're a little younger, yet they have a good program and they need some help. And a micro grant, you can apply for once a year up to $1,000. So the community grant program, if you're thinking about applying this year, or if you'd like to apply to the Great Fish Community Challenge next year, we will open that on September 3rd, and we will take applications for community grants right until October 26th. Those will be reviewed by our grants committee in November, and community grants will be issued probably right about December 1st after Thanksgiving. Oops.
I think we're still on. Yeah. Okay. So again, thanks for all of you who have tuned in today, the shout outs and the chat. It's great to see it. We really appreciate you taking your time. We will hopefully have this available so that you can rewatch it or rewatch segments of it and such, just to raise more awareness and such. But as Lynette was saying with the community grants, Lynette is our program and outreach officer, and she basically runs the grants program. The community foundation has grown. That has become a very serious position, that it's not just one program anymore of just the community grants. The Great Fish Community Challenge is another program, and so she manages that as well. And then we've added other layers of that. We have our major grants program that every once in a while we'll award a major grant for something that's a major capital campaign that the grants committee has been watching and is interested in backing. And then we also have a new program. It's the Kids Fund. And the Kids Fund program we developed last year. And I'm going to have Lynette tell you a little bit about the Kids Fund and what we've been trying to accomplish. She talked earlier with Daniel from CASA. And so, again, I just think it's a good one to elaborate on.